What's up, y'all? It's the top of the morning. This is my UFC picks of the day. I got Vieira over Panny Kianzad. I think Panny is awesome on the feet. I think she has a lot of good output. Her output is more than Vieira is. She throws more. She's more busy. She's moving more. But I also think that Panny is gonna have. I mean, I think Vieira is gonna push, like, control the cage. I think she's gonna control the octagon. You know how these judges look at the octagon control. They look at, aggressiveness, who's pushing who. You know what I'm saying? So I think Vieira is gonna push Panny back. I think she's gonna control those engages. I do see Vieira having the power advantage as well. I think she's definitely gonna have the power advantage. I think she's gonna be stronger than her. I think if it does go to the ground, I do see Vieira being able to submit her as well. If it gets to that situation. I don't see that happening as much. I do see it being more of a stand-up fight. Um, with some clinching against the cage. And I know they both have, that they like to clinch a little bit, but if you clinching and the technique is not all the way strong, I see Vieira out strengthening Panny. I was going to say Piani. I'm saying Piera and Panny at the same time, but Panny, and being able to control those areas. So I also look at it and I see Vieira. I mean, she's going against Holmes. She's going against, Raquel Pennington, which Panny is going against as well. And she's going against Misha Tate in her last three. And Panny, she's going against Raquel. She's went versus Alexis Davis. And I just, like, guys, she went versus Lena Landsberg. And Lena Landsberg was like 40, I think 41, around that age as well. So she didn't look that impressive in her fights. Lena Landsberg was on a 3-fight losing streak. That Alexis Davis fight, I remember watching that fight. I thought Alexis Davis won that fight. And I know on Vieira's side, I thought Holly Holm won that fight as well. So, it's going to be a close fight, but I think Vieira is just going to have a little bit more of that veteran edge. She has that power to the point where Panny can get rocked. And if she gets rocked, she has the strength advantage and all these different things. She could end up racking up the rounds. I don't see it being finished. I think it's going to go to decision, but I have Vieira on decision, guys. My next pick of the day is I got Mahmoud Muradov versus over Brian Barberena. I think this one is a little bit. I know Brian Barberena is going up to middleweight, so there's a lot of unknowns with that, guys. When you got people going up and down weight classes, you never know specifically how that's going to turn out. But I mean, I looked at them at weigh-ins, and we always see Brian Barberena. He never has a very good physique in welterweight. Then you put him at middleweight. His physique doesn't look good. He doesn't look like he's as in good shape. Now, that power could be something different at middleweight, and if that is the case, that can cause issues because Muradov can get rocked. He got rocked versus GM3. But outside of that chance, I mean, when I look at it, I see a great chin on Barberena. I mean, he can take some shots. He's taken a lot of shots throughout his career. I see the ability to, I mean, honestly, I see a striking advantage for him. But when it comes to just typically, but like I said, he's going up to middleweight. So how's his output going to look? But outside of that, I mean, Muradov has, to me, the better power. He has the better wrestling ability, and when you have better power, you have better wrestling ability. I think he might even have the speed advantage. I'm not quite sure. We'll see how that speed moves when Brian Barberena moves up to the division, but he might even have the speed advantage, guys. So to me, I think this one, I think Muradov definitely gets this one, guys. Joel Alvarez versus Mark Jacasey. Guys, this one was one of the toughest ones for me to pick. Just because I truly feel like this fight can go one or two ways, right? If this fight goes to decision, I see JaCasey getting the nod. Not only because it's in London, but more importantly, just because of the fact that this guy is a wrestler. He has the ability to stand up, but he wrestles. He wrestles. He always falls back on his wrestling. And Joel Alvarez hasn't shown the ability to stop not even one takedown in the UFC officially. So, it's not gonna look good for him if he can't stop that takedown. But on the other hand, I could also see early JaCasey going there for a takedown, getting caught in the guillotine, and then it's over. You know what I'm saying? So, guys, this fight, it's hard for me to make a pick. Like I said, if it's going to the decision, I'm going to JaCasey. If Joel Alvarez is gonna win, it has to be by a finish early. It would have to be, because I just don't see JaCasey wearing out as easy. I don't see JaCasey getting beat, overall. I don't see Joel Alvarez winning the wrestling at all. I see him getting controlled if he doesn't get that submission. That submission is very live though, guys. So maybe, if you guys are doing prop bets or anything like that, maybe go ahead and put something in on Joel Alvarez by submission. But I got JaCasey in decision, Joel Alvarez by finish. All right, so we got Josh Coulibaugh versus Lerone Murphy, guys. I personally feel like I'm going to go with Lerone Murphy, but this is honestly as close gets to me. I think Josh Coulibaugh and Murphy are very competitive match here. I think this can go down as maybe even one of the fights of the night for sure. I give Coulibaugh just a slight edge in cardio, just a slight edge, but I also give I give Lerone Murphy the ability. I think Lerone Murphy has better power. I think Lerone Murphy has a better chin as well. Well, no, I think Coulibaugh has a better chin, but I definitely think Lerone Murphy has a little bit better power. I think that the submission game, if Coulibaugh can catch you, he's gonna catch you quick. So I can see Coulibaugh, getting a submission out here, but I don't project that. I see Lerone Murphy being able to control the grappling more so. I can see him definitely getting around with the takedown. Because I think the striking is close. I think Lerone Murphy is very technical. I think Coulibaugh is more explosive. But I definitely would say that this is going to be a very close fight, guys. It's just going to be about who has more dog in them that night. And because Lerone Murphy is going to be in London, I feel like he's going to have that little extra spice, that little extra edge on him to get that job done. Somebody is going to go home with a crushing defeat. I think Coulibaugh only has one loss in his career, and I don't think Lerone has one. I think Coulibaugh is 11-1-1, and I think Lerone Murphy is 12-0-1. Now, I know a lot of people thought that he lost versus that guy last fight, but, hey, officially it didn't go down like that. So this will be a good fight, very good fight. One of the fights of the night. As like I said, this is definitely gonna be one of those fights of the night. Enjoy the fights, guys. But I got Lerone Murphy by a small edge decision. And lastly, for me, guys, we got Jai Herbert versus Fares Ziam. That fight is very similar fight. Very similar fighting styles in that fight. I think you got two natural kickboxers with the ability to grapple. I think Fares has shown way more of an ability to grapple than Jai Herbert, but these guys are both working the grappling. I see that the sentiment out there is that Fares is going to win. I don't believe so, though. I just don't. And I know a lot of people are writing off Jai because I think it's Fares is 26 and Jai's like 35. And I understand usually the younger guy wins in that fight. But Jai has gone against guys like Ilia Topuria and hurt Ilia Topuria. He knocked Ilia Topuria down. So that power is definitely there. You don't knock down Ilia Topuria. Nobody in the UFC has knocked down Ilia Topuria. And he just went versus Josh Emmett, the guy that's known as the guy with the power in that division. So I truly see Jai Herbert having literally the edge pretty much. I see everything that Ferris can do, I see Jai can do just slightly better, besides the grappling exchanges. I see Ferris having the ability to out grapple him, but I don't think that it's gonna be a big like gap. I don't. If you guys watched that fight versus Ludovic Klein, Jai Herbert versus Ludovic Klein, Jai Herbert won that fight. First of all, that was a terrible stop, a terrible point takeaway by the ref there. He took away a point, and that would have made it 2 rounds to 1 in his favor. So I truly feel like Jai Herbert won that fight, but it didn't go like that. But that doesn't change the fact that it was a draw. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just see Jai Herbert being faster. I see Jai Herbert being more technical. I see him having a power edge. I see him having a cardio edge. I think cardio is going to be very similar. Honestly, I don't predict any of these guys getting tired, but I do see Jai Herbert having the ability to just outdog him. I mean, we're going to be in London. All these London fighters, all these guys over there, they're going to have more ampness with them. They're going to carry that little edge with them. And then Jai being 35, if he's going to make a move, he has to make it now. We've seen his potential. Now it's just time for him to put it together. And Leon Edwards is the champ over there. He's been getting rounds in with Leon. I think that might help him as well, give him that little bit of edge. I've been seeing him work on his grappling more as well. So I think he's very aware of, Ferris's grappling ability. I think he might be able to neutralize that a little bit better than most people are expecting. And then when you go on the feet, they both are very good, but like speed, technicalness, that's what Jai Herbert does. So if you can't make it dirty on him, you might have a hard time in the office. He has a 2-inch reach on them. They're both the same height. Give me Jai for the night. You guys enjoy the fights. I'll see you next week.